Well, my goodness, this news will probably leave Angel Reese's mom in shambles.
What happens when one player draws so many viewers that even NHL executives start to worry? Just ask Caitlin Clark, whose preseason debut broke records with 1.3 million viewers tuning in. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Angel Reese's mother had a social media meltdown, exposing the tension as the spotlight continues to shift away from her daughter.
At this point, of course, she's upset. She made a couple of comments a couple of days ago about people literally covering statistical data involving attendance. That's a problem. That's hate.
Caitlin Clark's arrival has shaken up the WNBA, sending shockwaves through the league and sparking a major shift in attention and influence. Her record-breaking viewership isn't just a win for ratings. It marks a turning point in women's basketball, where the power dynamics are clearly changing. And the drama isn't just on the court. It's raising real questions about who will shape the league's future and what direction it's heading next.
For this game actually sold out within the hour when it was announced, and people were lining up for over 3 hours before the game just to get into this arena. So to say that this game was highly anticipated and was hyped up would be...
That's right. 1.3 million people tuned in to watch a WNBA preseason game. Not the finals, not the playoffs, a preseason game that doesn't even count in the standings. That kind of attention is unheard of and signals something massive for women's basketball. This isn't just a moment. It's an earthquake shaking up the entire sport.
Caitlin Clark's preseason debut drew 1.3 million viewers. That's nuts, folks.
The magnitude of Caitlin Clark's impact becomes crystal clear when you realize her debut with the Indiana Fever drew more viewers than the NHL playoff game between the Colorado Avalanche and Winnipeg Jets. ***, a postseason matchup, ***. Let that sink in. A WNBA preseason game outperformed an NHL playoff game. Now that's a game changer.
And just to give you an idea, I did pull up other ratings from that day. This game beat NHL playoff ratings. Think about that a minute. National Hockey League playoff ratings. A WNBA game, a preseason WNBA game, not only beat those ratings, destroyed them. I think the highest rated NHL game was roughly 430,000 viewers behind this game.
A rookie playing in her first exhibition game just outdrew professional hockey players battling for the Stanley Cup. And yes, NHL executives are sweating. Their playoff numbers were topped by a preseason women's basketball game. Even NBA preseason planners are feeling the heat, because not even LeBron James switching teams or Zion Williamson's debut drew this much attention for a non-competitive game. This isn't just hype, it's a wake-up call across pro sports.
Than any NBA game, preseason game, since 2018. So that's been a long time ago. All but 2 NBA preseason games since 2010. So this game, only 2 NBA preseason games in the last 15 years had bigger ratings than this game. One of them was LeBron's Los Angeles Lakers debut.
The impact on the WNBA is nothing short of transformative. Caitlin Clark shattered the previous viewership record. Last year's WNBA Finals opener between Las Vegas and New York didn't even come close. When a preseason game pulls in more viewers than the championship series, it's clear something extraordinary is unfolding in women's basketball.
This was a preseason WNBA game. Do you understand what I mean? A preseason WNBA game.
ESPN executives are already reshuffling their entire broadcast schedule to get more Indiana Fever games in a prime time. The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark is a ratings goldmine, and the network is moving fast to ride the wave. This isn't just a one-time spike. All signs point to the start of something much bigger.
So this is what an actual crowd looks like. Chloe Peterson put this up. That is a sold-out arena. 14,998 people. That's all it could hold. They all showed up in Caitlin Clark's college arena.
This poses a serious challenge for other sports leagues. How do they compete when a 22-year-old rookie is pulling viewers away from their long-established brands? The NHL and NBA have decades of history, yet they're now battling for attention against a player who hasn't even started a regular season. The answer lies in Caitlin Clark's playing style. It's electric. Her shooting range feels limitless, and casual fans tune in just to see what jaw-dropping move she'll make next. She plays with a joy and confidence that jumps off the screen and connects with audiences nationwide.
This game. So there were 14,998 people in attendance for this game at Harvard Hawkeye.
Caitlin Clark's 1.3 million viewers prove that women's basketball has found its first true crossover superstar, someone who captivates both hardcore basketball fans and casual viewers. She's not just drawing attention. She's changing the way people see women's sports as must-watch entertainment.
I saw somebody earlier say it. No, man, she really is Jordan for this era. There is not a single national, look, never mind, forget the WNBA for a minute. There's not a single National Basketball Association player that is moving the needle anywhere close to this right now. Let's be real. I mean, fans lined up. I mean, come on.
While Caitlin Clark was making history on the court, Angel Reese's mom was having a full-blown meltdown on social media, posting nonstop and making it clear just how much jealousy is bubbling beneath the surface in the WNBA right now. This wasn't a calm disagreement or a mild critique. It was raw, emotional, and impossible to ignore.
Fan base looking in the stands, celebrating quote attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same, you got that right. Different years, same haters, have a great...
Her posts were blunt and unfiltered, filled with accusations and finger-pointing that left no doubt about her frustration. Just as millions of fans were celebrating Caitlin Clark's incredible debut, Angel Reese's mom jumped online, seemingly trying to shift the spotlight away from what was happening on the court.
College, where Angel Reese won the national championship, she made a homecoming, and the arena was less than half full. 13,215 available seats was the capacity. They didn't even sell half of those.
Her main complaint? That Caitlin Clark is getting too much attention. But when you look at the numbers, 1.3 million viewers and $670,000 in ticket sales for a preseason game, it's clear why Clark is in the spotlight. Fans are willingly spending thousands just for the chance to see her play, and that kind of demand speaks for itself.
Caitlin Clark preseason game outdrew the finals game 1 rating from last year. Oh, get mad. Get angry. These folks are going to be livid.
The social media posts painted Caitlin Clark's success as the result of privilege, not performance. Angel Reese's mother actively engaged with content claiming Clark benefited from white privilege and media bias, even sharing comments suggesting she was overhyped, despite her record-shattering college career. But these accusations ignore a key truth. Clark isn't just hyped. She's delivering and drawing in basketball fans like no one else right now.
She is the needle. I mean, honestly. All the while, you got Angel Reese's mom. By the way, she put this out in the public space. And as part of that, we can give commentary on it if we want to.
The Clark-Reese tension has shifted from a college rivalry to a clear professional divide. The contrast is sharp. Caitlin Clark stays focused on her game and lets her performance speak, while the Reese camp fuels off-court drama through constant social media commentary.
We have seen it over and over and over again. Instagram followers do not translate into viewership on television during actual basketball games. It does great if you're a content creator. Good on you for that. But that's not what we're talking about here. Caitlin Clark is a different phenomenon, a phenom. She's right there. She's proving in comparison to the National Basketball Association.
You know something wild is going on when preseason game tickets are averaging $670. That's what I'm calling Clarkonomics. Think about it. People are shelling out nearly $700 to watch players who are still figuring out team chemistry. For context, that's the kind of money you'd spend on a front row seat at a major music festival. Except this game doesn't even count in the standings.
Average reported ticket price was $650. Now, if you do the math here and you do 15,000 people times $650, that is almost $9.75 million just for a WNBA preseason.
Carver Hawkeye Arena was packed to the brim for Caitlin Clark's debut. 15,000 fans filled every seat to watch their hometown hero take the court in a pro uniform. They knew it was a meaningless game in the standings, but it didn't matter. People paid top dollar because watching Clark play has become an event you simply can't miss.
This is the line from outside the arena to get in for this game. Caitlin Clark pointed this out in an interview with Holly Rowe, people were tailgating out there like it was the NFL to get.
Some resale tickets soared to $6,000, more than what many pay to attend the NBA Finals with a championship on the line. That's the kind of economic impact Caitlin Clark is having, and it's completely transforming the landscape of the WNBA.
Team is going to break so many records this year. I know we've talked about it. Attendance, viewership, merch sales, all of the things. The fan base that rides behind this Indiana Fever team, even the game that I was at that Caitlin Clark didn't play, the attendance was recorded at 12,461. Even with it being a preseason game that Caitlin didn't play in, there is so much motion behind this team, and I think the more that the Indiana Fever wins, the greater that they are this season. That bandwagon of fans is just going to continue growing.
The atmosphere inside felt like a Final Four showdown. When Caitlin Clark nailed that deep three from Steph Curry range early in the game, the crowd exploded. The building literally shook as fans jumped out of their seats, high-fiving total strangers, celebrating like it was a championship moment, not just a first quarter shot in a preseason game.
For Brazil, here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo! And a little point afterwards. I mean, come on.
Little girls filled the stands in number 22 jerseys, holding handmade signs, proudly saying they'd traveled hundreds of miles just to see Caitlin Clark play. Parents spent thousands and crossed state lines so their daughters could witness this cultural milestone, because moments like this don't come around often.
People want to buy Caitlin Clark things, and they especially want to buy Caitlin Clark Nike things.
This turnout is a sharp contrast to typical WNBA games, where many teams struggle to fill even half their arenas, even for key regular season matchups. Some have averaged just 4,000 to 5,000 fans for years. Clark just tripled that for a game that doesn't even count. Her solution to the WNBA's attendance problem? Show up and play brilliant basketball. The sold-out arena and sky-high ticket prices prove it. Clark is creating a live experience people are eager to pay for, redefining how the market values women's basketball.
That we would see the day where WNBA numbers were overtaking NBA numbers. And you guys, I predict that this is going to be something that happens for the entirety of the WNBA season, especially with this Indiana Fever team. This is motion. This is hype like we have never seen. And I thought it was going to be like this, but when you see the numbers right in front of you, 1.3 million viewers for a preseason game, and a preseason game where they won by 64 points.
While fans celebrated this milestone for the sport, not everyone was thrilled about Caitlin Clark's instant impact. Behind the scenes, some watched the surge of attention with visible frustration, uneasy about how quickly the spotlight had shifted.
Not notice that was in fact, and that did in fact look like a full house.
What we're seeing is a battle over the WNBA's future. Established players facing a rookie who's rapidly changing the league's dynamics. Some have welcomed this shift with open arms, while others are clearly pushing back against the spotlight she's bringing.
Drew 1.3 million viewers for a preseason game, and we got another one that
The social media reaction reveals an uncomfortable truth. Some WNBA veterans and their families feel genuinely threatened by Caitlin Clark's instant impact. After years of working to grow the league, they're now watching a rookie draw more attention in one preseason game than many of them have seen in their entire careers. And that shift is hard for some to accept.
Caitlin Clark returned to Iowa yesterday. It looked like the entire state of Iowa shut down. This is what the drawing power of a real star looks like.
Now let's look at what this means for the future of women's basketball. Because we're not just seeing a breakout moment, we're witnessing a complete transformation of the sport in real time. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing how people watch the game. She's changing what's possible for it.
The fact is that I think that the Fever have brought a lot of new fans to other teams.
What we're seeing isn't just a popular player entering the league. This is Caitlin Clark actively reshaping women's basketball in real time. Every game she plays shifts perceptions of what's possible for the WNBA. Her impact is opening doors across the board, bringing more fans, more money, and more opportunities than ever before. The numbers don't lie. This isn't just about one star. It's a rising tide lifting the entire league.
All 44 games would also spotlight the other teams involved in playing them and would get more recognition. I've never understood the argument against nationally televising this team when everybody eats when they do.
Major TV networks like ESPN, CBS, and ABC are battling for the rights to air Fever games because they know fans will tune in to watch Caitlin Clark play. That's the kind of influence that can transform an entire league. Her jersey sold out instantly. But what's even more telling is that WNBA merchandise sales are up across the board. Fans are now buying gear for teams and players they'd never followed before, all because Clark sparked their interest in women's basketball. Social media engagement has skyrocketed league-wide, with new fans discovering other standout players after tuning in for Clark. She's not stealing attention. She's expanding it, creating a bigger spotlight that benefits everyone. Even opposing teams are moving games to larger venues just to handle the demand when Clark's in town, bringing in more revenue for everyone involved.
And yes, while it is definitely centered around Caitlin Clark and her team being the Indiana Fever, I can't say enough that I personally know many people who have become fans of other teams, especially people who have WNBA teams like in their areas, like Dallas, Atlanta.
The WNBA stands at a major crossroads. They can build on this incredible momentum or let resentment ruin their biggest opportunity ever. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Angelbert already acknowledged that Clark's debut had exactly the economic impact they hope for. The question isn't whether Clark can change the game. She already has. The real question is whether the rest of the league will grow with her or fight against her.
At the idea. It's honestly just an amazing thing for women's sports, and it raises everybody up. You know, before the boom of the WNBA last season, like the average viewership was from 300,000 to 500,000 a game, and like some of the teams are still getting that, and 500,000 is still like a pretty decent number, but like it's only going to grow, and we are just at the beginning. We're just at the precipice of like this explosion and this like phenomenon.
You know what? Caitlin Clark just proved that women's basketball has a massive audience ready to fall in love with the game. She broke records and showed us what's possible when genuine talent meets the spotlight. It deserves. The WNBA now faces a choice. Will they embrace this golden opportunity or let jealousy within their ranks ruin their biggest moment ever? The old way of doing things is over. The new era is here. Clark represents a movement transforming women's basketball forever. The economic impact, cultural shift, and viewership explosion are undeniable. Are you ready to be part of this historic transformation or get left behind?